Yeah.
Van Glorious, Vanguard.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
United Front.
Tell it.
What you want.
To the Knowledge Radio.
We in here. What you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated. If we waited for validation, a paycheck or accolades, we'd be starved, already lost or ran away. But when you're square solid and your circle too, you don't need a place for silence. The concept is conquered through media, not areas of people activity. A mix that don't lose ethnicity, tightness that don't lose elasticity. Explicitly, this isn't where we give the novice regard. Nah, this is where knowledge is born. Last time that I checked, I'm undefeated. Deliver edicts, can't resist when the gods build and manifest freedom. When lines get crossed, they may push a loss, cause they get handed a check. We kick a can and cancel your cancerous gestures. A prophet vision, precision, the prescription for the sickness is to inoculate your fate with the winning. Arrogant beginnings turn to humble endings. And US with KBA is a win-win. 1K.
Alright, Black Power, Black Love, Black Movement, Black Family. Shabbat knowledgebornallah on day 69 of this 100-day motivation challenge. 100 days of motivation, wherever you're listening to or listening from. Make sure you go to www.youtube.com/Do the Knowledge Radio. That's DOTHAKNOWLEDGERADIO. So we're excited. 69 days down and 31 more days to go. And we're on day 13 of our Vanquish Challenge. So the month of September, we're taking one thing that we need to rid from our circumference that no longer suits us. We're on day 13. So if you have a long list like I do, one vanquishing per day. So this is day 13 of that vanquishing challenge. Something that no longer suits you, you vanquish. Today, for me, is procrastination. Don't put off to tomorrow what you can do today. Don't put off later today what you can do right now. Okay, so we are correcting. We are refining those habits, attitudes, and mentalities that have kept us stagnant. And we are moving towards the abundant space and place in our lives. And it takes some work. It takes some discipline. It takes some sacrifice. Hence this challenge. So shout out to everybody who's been on this challenge, actively participating, big up, sharing their stories, sharing their experiences, and recommitting themselves. We have to go through a renewal process oftentimes and deal with the space of recommitment, rededication of our life, of our energy, of our space to be renewed and empowered with that spirit of I am and correct the deficiencies of yesterday, today, and tomorrow with the power of now. And that's a perfect segue into today. Today's mantra or point of focus is abandon small ways of thinking. Abandon small ways of thinking. They may have suited you in the past. However, they will no longer suit you with where you're going. Where you're going is too vast and too large for the small ways that you begin to think about you and to think about those who benefit from what comes from you. Those people that await you in your destination that we continue to speak about. Abandon small ways of thinking. Thinking small will no longer suit you where you're going. Thinking small in this space will keep you stagnant, keep you crippled, keep you handicapped or prevented from your ascension where you're going and where you're growing to. Where you're going to and where you're growing to. I want to look at Psalm 37, verse 23. Psalm 37, verse 23. A jewel that was given to me today to reflect on. I'm going to look at that. Psalms chapter 37, verse 23. It says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. It says the steps of a good man. It qualifies what kind of man. And when I say man, I say man and woman. The steps of a good man. Good. This is the adjective that is describing the noun or the subject of the sentence. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. The steps. That mean that they don't embark on a journey that is not ordained by the Most High. So how can you then see this or hear this or hearken unto this Psalms 37 and continue to think small? The thoughts that are coming from you, the visions that are coming from you and through you come from our Creator. And our Creator chose you to walk in that space. Our ancestral lineage chose you to walk in that space. The steps of a good man are ordered, ordained, decreed by the Lord. And he delighted in his way. So when you're walking in that space and place, when you're walking with that divine insurance, when you're walking in them divine instructions, you're walking with that blessed insurance, it is a delight for you. It's a delight for you. So now, again, the question is asked, how can we continue to think small when our steps are ordered by the divine? The way that we have the grief, the way that we have the strife, the way that we begin to covet what our neighbor has is revolving around our thinking. So the steps of a good man, the steps of a good woman, the steps of a good child are ordered by the Lord. So looking at following those divine instructions, and as scriptures say, law, statutes, and commandments, you are commanded to walk a certain kind of way. And when you're walking that way, it's a delight. Delight. So those steps, when you're walking in that divine purpose and instruction, when you're walking towards those goals or aspirations, those desires, those things that are righteous and true from you, that seem to flow from you effortlessly, it's a delight. So walking on that divine path, we delighted in our way. So in our way, in that way that is divinely ordained and decreed and laid out, indiscriminate to the trials and the tribulations along the way, that is a part of the process. That is no way or no reason or no license for you to abandon. The only thing that we are abandoning today and henceforth is our small way of thinking. Our small way of thinking. So on day 69, let us cast aside, let us throw away, let's heave into the rubbish pile our small ways of thinking, our small ways of being, our small ways of self-actualization, our small ways of Family actualization are small ways of community and nation actualization. And let's put our best foot forward. Let's continue to be audacious. Let's continue to be bold. Let's continue to be inspiring. And let's continue to walk this divine path that is ordered for us. It is a sacred path. It's a sacred path. This is why everybody isn't involved. It's divinely ordained and decreed for those who are good to walk. It ain't for everybody. It's for those who make that decision to walk it in that manner, those steps. Okay? Look at your pathway, look at your goals, look at your aims, look at your objectives, and see, are you walking according to that divine decree? So it's been your brother knowledgebornallah, day 69 done. 31 more days to go. See you tomorrow on day 70. Wherever you listen to, make sure you go to www.youtube.com/Do the Knowledge Radio. See y'all again tomorrow, day 70.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. Night in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get back to the
motive is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.